Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a very exciting LEGO Marvel video. We've got two brand new sets that are being revealed, I think that are going to interest some people because of two tiny little reasons, and it's also going to anger Star Wars fans, I think, as well, which is just crazy here what's happening, I think, with Marvel. But let's go ahead and talk about these two sets. The first set here is set number 76327. This is the Iron Man Mark IV bust. This is going to have 436 pieces, retailing for $59.99 USD or $79.99 Canadian, beginning on June the 1st. And I was actually shown this a really long time ago back in Denmark in September of 2024. Now, what's interesting about that is at the time we were told that this was going to be the start of an ongoing collection that was going to continue. I didn't know if it was going to be that bust that we'll talk about in a bit, whether it continues on past this, we don't really know at this point, but it was going to be the start of something here with the Iron Man Mark IV. So there's a really cool clip here from one of my interviews with the two designers of this set, showing off and talking about some of the original prototypes and just where it started to where it's ended up here.
That was the first one I made.
Looks very angry in that one, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then this was the first amalgamation one where we brought in Tin's face. Tin is one of the other designers there. That one did have a...
Ooh.
Yeah, we looked at that, but because we only have a red and yellow light, it didn't look right. Oh, actually, who was this?
This is Tin, I think.
That was Tin as well. And that was the one which sold the concept. But we knew the head wasn't right, and that was when a whole bunch of designers went away and built various heads.
But I think this one is capturing in the chest area quite well. Then, like, getting the head right was pretty much where we would have to adapt things.
Yeah.
Finding the right shape.
Now, the model wasn't complete at the time, but so far, when I'm looking at the renders, I don't really notice anything too different, but it's really interesting, the idea of moving away from helmets, which, by the way, same designer, Mark Stafford, designed that very first helmet for Iron Man, and now to this with a bust, which I think is very interesting. Also, there's still a rumored Miles mask, so it'll be interesting that we're getting helmets, masks, and busts now at the same time. This is the Mark IV, which is an interesting choice too, because we've never gotten a minifigure before until now. That's right, this set has a minifigure, which we'll talk more about later on, but I think that is just phenomenal and amazing. This is a suit, the final suit that we have needed to complete that original lineup that we see in Iron Man 3, which he has on display above ground, everything else obviously underground. With all the other suits, we still have a long way to go, but this was the final one of the final missing pieces to that collection. The figure looks great. I love the torso printing there and the leg printing, which of course is seen all throughout Iron Man 2. And I just can't wait for somebody to put this figure inside of a Lego donut. Like that's just, I feel like one of the most memorable shots from that film, maybe. But anyways, very exciting to have that as a figure. And you've also got this little plaque there as well that says Lego Marvel and then Iron Man Mark IV. Very interesting design choice for how this bust is actually positioned, because it is on such a sharp angle there with that pillar, which is of course going to be used in the other set. So this is really interesting. There's this image. If you don't like the sharp angle of the pillar that it's on, you can actually rotate it and then just have the plaque centered there. So if you don't want to display the minifigure, you can do that as well if you want. And you could see just how the bust is sitting there. I think maybe could have come down a little bit more to fill out the chest, covering up a little bit more of that black pillar would have looked nice. But I do like the arc reactor, and you heard them say that they were thinking about actually including a light, but we just need more Lego lights in different colors. I don't know what the holdback is. Some of the pieces around the neck, like the little skates and those claw pieces, are very interesting. The shoulder pieces and everything, I think all look really great there in dark red, and the head as well. It's just something I find off with it. I don't know quite what it is to put my finger on, but you can see just some of the functionality there with the posability of the head as well as on the shoulders. You can lift that up to have missiles, parts in the back move. He's got a lot of articulation. Moving on though to the next set, which is set number 76326. This is the Iron Spider-Man bust. This has 379 pieces, less pieces, retailing for the same price of $59.99 USD or $79.99 Canadian. However, this one will be launching on August 1st. Don't have a box image for this, unfortunately, but I like this. This is the first time I'm seeing it, obviously, and it looks pretty good. I think I don't know if I like this one better or not. There's parts of it, like I think the head is perfect. I really love those pieces for the eyes there. I think that looks really great with the printing on that 1x2 little melon piece. I like how they've done the mask as well. Just the shaping of that with the little Nexonite shield there, as well as I think these are all prints too. Don't quote me on that, but I really like the arms as well that stick out. I think that's really neat that these different busts actually have some functionality to them. I think that's just fascinating. There's just something about, I don't know if it's that Nexonite shield again with that print in the center or just there's something there. I feel like it needed to come down more. This is what the back looks like here. You could see some of the pieces and everything, the parts there. I love the shoulders with the gold throughout that there. That looks really good. The figure here that we're getting, it's nothing new. It's just the same one that came in the Avengers New Endgame Final Battle, the 5th one or 7th one or whatever one that we're getting. No arm printing or leg printing. Would have been interesting if this one was a little bit more exclusive to entice people to buy this. The arms there is using the mech fingers, which I think is kind of interesting. So here's the thing. This is gonna upset Star Wars fans. Like, when it comes to the microships, everybody since the start of them have been asking for minifigures to go alongside of them because there's literally a spot perfect for there to be minifigures on the stands for these. And what's also crazy is that the price of this is $60. A lot of those ships are $70 and no minifigure. Helmets are the same price. If you're a Marvel fan, of course, we did get the Helicarrier, which is $80. And again, no minifigure. So I think for that reason alone, I think people are going to be excited for busts. But the fact that we now have minifigures with this, I think is really, really cool. Anyways, everyone, what do you think of these two sets? Are you going to be picking these up on June 1st and August 1st? I really hope Star Wars designers see this and they're like, you know what, maybe we should start including minifigures in these little micro ships, and I think it'll go a long way for sure. But be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notification so you don't miss out for future LEGO Marvel set news and reviews for these sets. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.